So, Alberta Premier Danielle Smith is in a lot of hot water right now for going down to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring of Donald Trump with other person who says that we should become the 51st state of America, all in the self-interest of promoting Alberta oil. Now, am I surprised that Danielle Smith went down there to go kiss the ring of the giant Cheeto dictator? Of course not. I'm also not surprised because back when Danielle Smith was agreeing with Doug Ford that they wanted to kick out Mexico from the Canada, Mexico, and America trade deal back in November of 2024, that she was actually planning on going down to the inauguration regardless and had already made alliances with 12 different governors in 12 different states to put Alberta first if it came down to it.
I mean, the consensus seems to be it is unlikely that there will be a tariff put on Alberta energy for all the reasons we've gone through there. But as Premier, I mean, when you talk to the U.S. officials about this, either state peers or federal peers, is it a Team Alberta approach first on this to ensure that your energy products aren't tariffed, or does the access to your energy become part of the Team Canada conversation about ensuring all sectors of the economy are not subject to any kind of new tariffs?
I would love a Team Canada approach, but look, we're not going to allow for an emissions cap to have any role in reducing our production. And so if the federal government is insistent upon going down that pathway, then we'll take care of our own interests. I would like our interests to align with the federal government. I've told them so. I've told them that dropping the emissions cap is part and parcel of being able to do that. They have been unresponsive so far, but I think they need to recalibrate the relationship with the United States. We know what the United States wants. They want the federal government to meet its 2% NATO commitment, and they want to be able to participate with us in energy security. If those are the two things that we have to bring to the table, then you don't come to the table with an emissions cap. So that's part of the reason why we are going to be as collaborative as we can with the federal government approach. But we absolutely will defend our own interests and make our own relationships if we have to.
Okay, you're reaching out to the governors. This is a final point, Premier. I understand that you're also going to the inauguration. Do you have meetings set up with any of the Trump officials? What can you tell us about your trip to Washington in January?
Well, we've had a Washington office, I believe, since going back to 2005, and so we are co-located in the embassy, as is Ontario. So I've been planning to go for some time. I was going to go regardless of who ended up being in the White House, but I'll be there from about January 19th to the 23rd, and we'll be lining up as many meetings as we possibly can. I've met with governors, I've met with congressmen, I've met with senators, and we'll see if we can also meet with some of the secretaries while we're down there. But we're hoping to be able to have a pretty packed schedule.
So yeah, this little meeting of the minds up here was completely planned, and Danielle Smith is totally willing to throw Canada under the bus if it means making money for Alberta. And oil companies, of course. Can't forget about them.